Hey everyone, welcome to my preview for the games I'll be attending in week number 3. Doing something a little different this week, so let me know down in the comments what you think. So my 11th game of the season will be Rice Consolidated at Columbus. The Rice Consolidated Raiders are entering their 4th year under Jared Sloan. They went 4-6 in 2020 and are 1-1 so far in 2021. They've scored 19.5 points per game, and they've surrendered 10 points per game. The Columbus Cardinals are in their 3rd year under Matt Schobel. They went 11-3 with a deep playoff run in 2020. They're 1-1 so far in 2021. 13.5 points scored per game, 22.5 points surrendered per game. Now this is going to be a real contrast in styles. Jared Sloan with Rice Consolidated wants to run the clock. I went to a game last year where they had a single drive that took over 12 minutes off the clock and resulted in a field goal, and that's his style. He wants to ball control, ball control, ball control. On the other side, it's not that way at all. They're going to spread the ball all over the field. A lot of players are going to touch the ball. And it's just this real contrast in style. For the Raiders, it's going to be, your key players are going to be quarterback Rafael Herrera. He's 11 for 22 on the year, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Running back James Cotton, he has 196 yards in the first 2 games. Linebacker Michael Flores has 9 tackles, 3 hurries, 1 interception. And defensive lineman and offensive lineman Mark Glover has 7 tackles on the season. Now, mega Columbus Cardinal fan, class of '98, Jeremy Hargrove helped me out, gave me his 4 key players to watch for the game. And that would be freshman quarterback Adam Schobel, sophomore athlete Ty Whitehead, junior wide receiver Jordan Wood, and junior running back James Hurd. For my 12th game of the season, I'll be heading to Gonzales as the Fredericksburg Billies come to town to play the Gonzales Apaches. This will be Lance Moffat's 11th year with the Billies. They are 2-0 so far in 2021, scoring 50 points per game and surrendering 16.5 points per game. For Gonzales, this is 3rd year under Michael Waldy. They're 1-1 so far in 2021. They're scoring 41.5 points per game and giving up 32 points per game. So I think you can see this is not going to be a real ball control game. This is going to be points, points, points. Both teams are going to try and simply outscore the other team. Key players to watch for the Billies: senior quarterback Cole Immel. He's 19 to 32 on the season with 3 touchdowns, having thrown 1 interception. Junior running back Jesse Leger has 366 yards rushing with 5 touchdowns on 25 carries in the first 2 games of the year. Senior wide receiver Cade Jinsky, he has 9 of the team's 20 receptions on the year, so you can see he's really the target. 101 yards and 1 touchdown. And going over to the defensive side of the ball, senior linebacker Logan Metzger has recorded 14 tackles. For the Apaches, key players, junior quarterback Jaron Johnson. He's 12 out of 27 on the season. He has 253 yards with 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Senior running back Breck Ellaby, 118 yards, 21 carries, 2 touchdowns. Senior wide receiver Brett Breitkoff has 3 receptions for 79 yards. And on the defensive side of the ball, sophomore linebacker Cameron Lill is tied for the team lead with 15 tackles. For my 13th game of the season, I'll be headed to Trailer Stadium in Fulshear. Don't have an updated picture of the stadium since they renovated the press box. I'll try and get one while I'm there and send it over to Texas Bob, whose great database of stadiums. If you haven't checked it out, you need to. It will be the Manor Mustangs coming to town to take on the Fulshear Chargers. Now for Manor, James Keller is entering his second year. The Mustangs went 2-6 in his first year in 2020, and they're 1-1 so far in 2021. They're putting up 18 points per game, and they're giving up 9 points per game. Fulshear Chargers are in their first year under Nick Caduti, who came over after being the offensive coordinator at Tomball. The Chargers went 5-5 in 2020. They're 2-0 under Coach Caduti in 2021. They're averaging 42 points per game, and they're giving up 8.5 points per game. For the Mustangs, key players, sophomore quarterback Jason Zardavitz, who has 14 completions on the year for 274 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Junior running back Quentin Joyner, 27 carries, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns. Senior wide receiver Che Yobaka, with 13 receptions, 193 yards. And junior defensive back Cornelius Shepard has 18 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. For the Chargers, junior quarterback Parker Williams, true dual threat, 18 of 26 passing for 349 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 29 carries for 190 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's joined by senior running back Tajay Williams, 41 carries, 260 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and junior wide receiver Jay Medea with 8 receptions, 177 yards, and 2 touchdowns. On the defensive side of the ball, keep an eye on senior defensive back Cade Carter, who has 16 tackles and 1 interception through the first 2 games. And I'll be wrapping up the week Saturday night at Lamar Stadium with my 14th game of the season as the Westbrook Bruins come to town to take on the Houston Lamar Texans. For the Bruins, this will be Chuck Langston's first year as head coach. The Bruins were 4-6 in 2020. They're 2-0 so far under Langston. They're averaging 37.5 points per game, 19 points against. For Houston Lamar, this will be Mike Lindsay's 4th year at the helm. They went 6-3 in 2020, but they're 0-2 so far in 2021. They're averaging 20 points per game and giving up 27.5 points per game. For Westbrook, key players to watch are quarterback Bryce Anderson, who will be a safety in college, running back Jamichael Foxall, wide receiver Andrew Dennis, defensive back Christian Pugh. And then for the Texans, the key players to watch will be junior quarterback Kenneth Rosenthal. He's has 236 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception on the year. He also has 83 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. Senior running back Kenneth Kennedy has 14 carries, 63 yards, 1 touchdown. Junior wide receiver Kelton Weathers, 6 receptions for 97 yards. On the defensive side of the ball, 5-star defensive back Javion Green is a player to watch. Thanks for joining me for my preview of my games for week number 3. I'll be back with week number 4 next week.